According to preliminary estimates for property tax purposes, home values are going up in Florida, which of course means what you pay in property tax may also go up. It seems like prices for everything are going up lately. Don't even get me started on the price of gas and everything else. It's insane. So in this video, let's talk about how you can save money on your Florida property taxes. This article from the Orlando Sentinel came out recently. It talks about how the estimated property values are rising. It's estimated the value in Seminole County will go up 12%, Orange County will go up 18%, and Osceola County will go up 15%. It seems like most counties in Florida will see an increase. There are a few ways that you can save money on property taxes. The first is to apply for Homestead Exemption if you haven't already. Homestead Exemption works a little bit different in each county, so for the purpose of this video, I'll focus on Orange County, but most of this information will be similar to most Florida counties. What is Homestead Exemption? It's a way you can reduce the assessed value of your home by as much as $50,000. But what can really save you money is your assessed value cannot increase more than 3% annually after you're granted the exemption. So if the assessed value is going up 18% in Orange County, the highest your assessed value would go up if your property is homesteaded is 3%. In Orange County, you had to apply for homestead exemption by March 1st. So if you haven't done it yet, you could always apply for next year. Who qualifies for homestead exemption? If you own your home, it's your permanent residence, and you're a Florida resident as of January 1st, you may qualify for homestead exemption. There are also exemptions for widows and widowers, people with disabilities, seniors, active duty military, veterans, and more. I'll have a link in the description below for more information on all the exemptions. So if you already have homestead exemption, you may want to make sure that all the exemptions you qualify for are being applied to your homestead status. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like and comment. It really helps me out, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you are a subscriber, I really appreciate your support. Another way to save money on property taxes is portability. This also relates to your homestead exemption status. If you had a homestead on another property somewhere in Florida within the last 3 years, and you're applying for homestead on your new property, you may be able to bring your Save Our Homes assessment savings accumulated on your previous property with you to the new property. It's more than likely that your assessed value on your previous home is less than your new home. So this is a great way to save money. You can apply for portability on your county's property appraiser website. Now you might be thinking, Dan, I applied for homestead exemption a long time ago, so none of this applies to me. And I would suggest everyone goes on their county property appraiser website at least once a year to make sure your homestead exemption is being applied to your taxes. If you make changes to your deed, like transferring it to a living trust, you have to apply for homestead exemption again. So it's best to make sure you have current homestead status. Another way to save money on your property taxes is to make sure everything you're being assessed for is accurate. For instance, if you have a shed or pool, that can add assessed value to your property. Maybe you remove the shed or never had one to begin with. You can check out all of that data on the property appraiser website. So let's check it out here. So what you would do is you would click on property search, and then you just enter your property here where it says enter property address, and then you'll get to a page that looks, something like this. And so you'll see over here that this property has homestead in 2022 in that red little block there. And then if you scroll down here, you can see that this property has a pool and a screened enclosure. You just want to check to make sure that all that makes sense. You want to look to see if the amount of beds and baths, if all that is correct, if the gross area and living area, if the square footage is all that's, correct and everything. You just want to check all of that stuff. Now, if you wanted to check to see what your neighbor's assessment is, you can do that as well. So you could hit like previous or next, and usually it goes to the next parcel. So it's typically like your neighbor. Now you'll see here that this home is not homesteaded, it doesn't have the little red bar that says has homestead in 2022. And then you'll also see the assessed value has gone up 10% in 2021, 4.7 in 2020. And that's because since it doesn't have the 3% ceiling there, that it can go past that. And so that's why it's so important to have your property homesteaded if you're able to. If you're noticing that your value is much higher than your neighbors, you may want to contest your property assessment. You might be thinking, that sounds like a pain and isn't worth it. And it's definitely a pain, but it could be worth your time if you can save money on your property taxes. Let's say you have a pool that isn't in workable condition because it has a crack or your home has foundation issues. All that can change your assessed value. If your home isn't as updated as your neighbors or you have any issues with the home, it's possible that your assessed value should be lowered. If you want a template that shows you how to contest your property taxes, please reach out to me and I can send that over to you. If you have any questions on how that process works or any other real estate questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. If you'd like to know what's going on in the Orlando real estate market, check out that playlist here. Thanks for watching.